Hello, my people. How you doing? It's your boy Cell Cell. Yes, I got a question for the ladies. I want to understand the reason. Do you ladies, is it hard for you ladies to get a man nowadays? Like I know ladies be going through a lot and men be going through a lot, but it's a situation I want to talk about. Like I see some couples that be married or on their way to get married, and I see like women don't try to help men nowadays, and vice versa. But I know, like, if you have one half and the other half is down, you would try to help your half. Like, let's say if the woman gets a job because of the man, and the woman makes, let's say, $800, and your man is trying to go to a construction job, right? Correct, to get his OSHA so that they can have employment. So if he has, let's say, if the OSHA is like 300, I mean, sorry, 500, and he's missing 200. Why wouldn't you give him the 200 so that he could better himself and then also help the family? But meanwhile, you're gonna buy clothes for him when it's not necessary. Instead of you giving him the 200 so that he could better himself and then better the family. So those are one of the things I just don't understand. Like, do the females want to keep their half of their men, their men down, or do they want to help nowadays? Because you got some females, I believe, that want to see their men down, and the ladies want to be in charge. But I just think it's like, everything should be 50-50. Because I know I had a girlfriend before, and I had bought a trips to Jamaica. I had gave up money. I had gone picked up from one side to the other. You know what I'm saying? From Jersey to over here, and never once did she say, you know what, honey, here's money for gas. Never did once did she say that. And sometimes when you're in love, you try to make the relationship work, and it's just sometimes it's not even worth it at times, man. Because that's why right now I'm just taking it easy with ladies. I got a lot of ladies hollering at me, but at the moment right now, I just want to chill, relax, make my money, and just be easy. Take it easy, man. And build up my company. That's more important to me right now. So a lot of ladies holler at me all the time, but I'm just taking it easy, man. But it goes to show you that you could be with a person, let's say 19 years, and they won't help you out at all. And the point is that I'm trying to say is that you could be nice to this person, treat them all nice, treat them on vacations, and when it's time for them to get a vacation, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, my daughter got this vacation for me. I didn't know about it, but how you gonna say you didn't know about it when you need your passport and your daughter's gonna tell you, give me your passport information to book you the flight, you know? So it just goes, things to show you that do women really care about you when they're with you, or they just with you, for your interests or for what you have. And that's the way I look at things, because I spent 19 years with somebody and it was like everything went down the drain, man. You know what I'm saying? I tried to make it work, but then I was like, after a while, I said, you know what? Hit the road, Jack. You know, I could have made things work that don't want to be worked, man. So you just gotta let people go, man, and and concentrate and look for one that's gonna help you out in the future. But for now, I just look at some ladies that just don't want to help brothers out, man. Because men, we pour our hearts into y'all, and we want to make sure you guys doing well, you got the best at hand and everything. But some ladies, when they have the money and they try to help their man, they ain't trying to do that. Because I know one of my friends is going through that right now, and why would you buy a man clothes if he already has clothes, and you're trying to see that he's trying to better himself and get an OSHA to get a construction job? All he needs is $200, and you're gonna waste more than $200 on clothes for him. When the man could get the $200 to get his OSHA, get his $500 together, get his OSHA, get a job, good paying job, that's gonna bring in money for both of y'all. You know. So the lady decides not to help him and buy clothes, and then on top of that, she's gonna get mad at him because he don't have a job. And in New York, it's not easy to get a job. But you gotta understand, you gotta help your other half out so like that he can help you out at well and take the stress off of you. But some ladies don't see it like that. Some ladies just want to be above the person, and I think it's to hold the man down at times, man. And it's sad because there's a lot of situations like that, and they have a kid involved. That's what I mean. I'd be very careful who I would have a child with nowadays. So, That's why I haven't got married. I haven't had no child with nobody. And I don't even know if I want to get married nowadays. Even go out on a date, because I got mad girls telling me, "Oh, you know what? Let's go out to eat." I got one that keeps telling me, "Oh, let's go out to eat." But at the end of the day, I'm like, "Yo, does she want a free meal, or or is she feeling me?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it makes you go into doubts. Then I have another lady. She's a realtor, and she trying to holler at me, and she's like, "Oh," I tell her, "Yo, let me see your video, so like that I can know, who I'm dealing with. It could be a catfish or whatever." I see, "No, you meet me in person, and then I don't want to take the chance and meet you in person, and then I'm like, what I'm expecting. You know what I'm saying? So I rather see you in video before we meet each other, which I think is right and fair to both of us. But that goes to show you how some ladies are, man. And this lady, she told me she picky. And then one thing I hate is ladies that are picky, man. Like, I understand you can be picky to what you want, but when ladies are picky, usually they end up by themselves, and that's why she by herself right now. So that just goes to show you, man, that some ladies, man, can be off the hook. I mean, and some men as well too. Some men are picky and they end stay by themselves. But to the ladies, man, do y'all want to see your man grow, or did y'all trying to help him out if he doesn't have a job? Explain to me. Leave a comment below. I'm on YouTube channel SELT. Leave a comment below, and I'll get back to y'all. And I want to know, do the ladies want to help out their men nowadays? So just let me know what y'all think. But nowadays, I see a lot of ladies that are single and they want to be with men, but men are tired of the bullshit, to be honest with you. Sorry, excuse my French, but men are tired of the women's behavior, man, because, when a man falls in love, he pours his heart into it. And a lot of ladies don't understand that. So when the man gets upset and he tells you, "Yo, hit the road, Jack, you got to hit the road," because, that's it. It's no coming back from that. It's like, I've been with a person for 19 years, man, and one thing I told him before, I said, "Look, are you going to leave that drug habit?" Saying, either you choose me or you choose that drug habit. And once I see they couldn't leave that, I said, "Y'all had to leave it alone," because once upon a time too, I had a chain in my house, and all of a sudden the chain disappears, and she's the only one in my crib. So that just goes to show you, man. I said, when people got a habit, you gotta let them go, because if they steal from you, then what else more is there to say? You gotta let them go, man. So I'm glad I got out of that route. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 or 3 shorties that I mess around with, and that's about it, man. But I feel better that way. I don't, have no obligations to nobody. I'm my own boss, so I'm happy for that, man. So, at this point, I don't want to go out with no female right now. I just want to take it easy. I'm good the way I am right now, and it's all about, it's all about my cheddar right now, man. So that's all I got to worry about, bro. But at the end of the day, my people, I have that friend that's going through the struggle right now, and his wife don't want to help him out, man, and it's sad, man, because if you see your other half down, like, man, at least give the man the $200 so that he could get back on his feet, and then he'll give you back that $200, But what does it make sense if you buying a man clothes and he can't get a job and his pockets is broke? That's not good, man. Help him out, man. It's sad, man, and if y'all have a kid involved, y'all gotta help out, man. It's not right, man. Ladies, man, we gotta do better. Fellas, we also gotta do better too. We both gotta unite, man. We gotta make things work like our parents used to do, man. They used to deal with a lot of situations, but they always stuck together. Nowadays, a lot of females don't want to stick with men. They just, it's like, kick them to the curb and then that's it. But females, man, you got what got to do, though. We all got to do better, man. Even with fellas too, man. We all got to do better. We got to unite. We got to make things work, man. Because at the end of the day, if you have a child with somebody and you decide to kick that man to the curb, you think your position is not going to get harder, especially if you have 2 daughters? You know what I'm saying?